Shalom, Lord of Christ. New caller, state your name. All right, no sweat. Son Christ. Hey, shalom, Shishbrigga Thumb. Sure it does. Lock. All right, Most High Christ. All right, so we going to get straight into it. Shalom. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Baraka Thumb. My brothers, Yahweh Shemal, the Thun Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, their sisters. Priest and officer of 5,000 Rhode, Israelite School of UPK. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. All right. Dropping this truth since 1969. You know what I mean? You got any questions, though, Wak? Open the floor up to questions first and foremost. No questions, all right. No sweat. No sweat. All right, so the lesson that I want to, really hone in on today is teaching and what exactly that entails, you know what I'm saying? Because we have so many so-called black leaders that been teaching so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians for, to the point of no end, you know what I mean? And what they've been teaching us has not been beneficial to us as a people. All right. So I want to jump straight into that. Matter of fact, before I do though, I'ma just let me get right up on here so I could monitor the chats. Cause I gotta make sure I do that. Some cat said some slick one time, man. I was like, oh yeah. I didn't even catch it till I went back and it just like to put a thumbnail on the joint. But yeah, they talking slick, man. So I definitely want to catch all that slick talk or what have you. And if any brothers, or sisters that sincere have any questions, I want to make sure that I get to y'all or what have you. So, just bear with me 1 second and I'm going to tap into this real quick, all right? No sweat. Let's see. Dang. Let's see. Oh. No cowards. Did you pop up? Oh, yeah, you right there. Okay. You mute this. All right, Most High Christ. Most High Christ. So, with that being said, we going to jump straight into the topic. If you could, brother, let me get Matthew 24 and then start at verse 13, all right? And let me get there with you real quick, all right? But when you got that, let me know. All right. No. You got it? All right, no sweat. Give me 1 quick second. I'm going to get up on that. Matthew 24 and 13. All right. All right, you got that? Come on with it. Matter of fact, Salakia, priest, do me a favor and start at well, matter of fact, I just summarize it for y'all, right? So this is basically the disciples of Christ, and they asking Christ what's going to be the signs of the end, you know what I'm saying, of his coming, right? So he laying out all the prophecies, all of the events that were going to take place that would be a sign that his return would be soon, all right? So the brother going to go down to 13. Now, this is right when he get to wrapping up everything as far as like what's going to take place or what have you, all right? So let's get it. Mm-hmm. But he that shall endure unto the end. Right? Go ahead. The same shall be saved. Those brothers, those sisters that endure to the end, those are the same ones that are going to be saved. Now, what's the problem with this? Why are we here? You know what I mean? Because whatever church you done went to, they teaching you that you already saved. I don't know. So like just help me out real quick, right? What's that they be saying? As far as like basically, so basically when you become a Christian, automatically you saved, right? Yeah. Once you become a Christian, once you find out Jesus is God and what have you, now automatically you saved. But right here, you got out of you. This is Christ. This is written in red. This is written in red writing, which means that this is Christ speaking, right? And out of Christ's own mouth, he's saying that he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. You know what I mean? What is the end? The end is death, or if not death, the return of Christ. So if you just so happen, if you blessed enough to be alive during the time that Christ returns with the chariots to deliver judgment and justice to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, then you'll be saved. Or if you carry out this truth and you stick through it, through and through the thick, through the thin, and you stay diligent and you do that until your death, then you're saved. You understand? So nobody is saved right here on the earth. All right. And this is another thing that you got to take note of too. If you a brother or a sister in this truth, you know what I mean? We got to understand that too. Just because we have this truth don't mean that we saved. I'm not saved. The brother reading for me right now, he's not saved. Nobody is saved but them that endure to the end. You know what I mean? You got brothers and sisters that are going to come up into this body and they not going to stay the whole duration. Like I put it to you like this, priest. I guarantee you, right? Them brothers out there in Rhode Island and them sisters out there in Rhode Island, when they start coming into them classes or what have you, you're going to have brothers that come and you're going to have brothers that leave. You're going to have sisters that come and you're going to have sisters that leave. How do I know? Because Christ said it, one. And then secondly, we already experienced that out here in Boston, right? Me and Cap was having a sit down. Well, not just me and Cap, but all the Akim in Boston. You know what I mean? We was having a sit down up in the hen house, right? And we was talking about how realistically there should be a total of 8 soldiers up in this truth. You know what I mean? Out here in Boston. With all the brothers that came and got their Hebrew name or what have you. Now, I tell you like this. So it's like 8. But now, you know what I mean, you got 4. So 8 came and 4 left. And that's not even including the sisters that came and went. You understand? But nonetheless, don't let that discourage you. You know what I mean? Because you can see brothers and sisters coming in, and you might see you might think a brother solid. He came into the truth or what have you, and you see that brother leave. Don't let him, because he left the truth, don't let that now comfort the demon inside of you to fall weak like that brother. You understand? But you're going to have to stand strong, remain strong, set that example. You know what I mean? Like, that's how we got to keep this thing pushing. All right? And read on, Bubba Gashal.
Verse 14, and his gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
Right, the gospel of the kingdom. What's the gospel? The gospel is the truth. You know what I mean? What I'm teaching you right now is what's been taught to me, right? So that same truth that we got And we talking about so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They're going to be the ruling government. We going to have dominion over all of the earth. That's what the kingdom is. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian rulership of the planet Earth. You understand? And that's what we teaching. You know what I mean? We trying to restore the royalty of our people. You know what I mean? Go ahead. And the kingdom of the kingdom.
And the gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
It'll be preached in all the world. It don't matter where you at. You know what I mean? What society you in. It don't matter if you in northern, central, southern America. It don't matter if you out there in what have you, where them brothers at in the UK. It doesn't matter what your geographical location is. You know what I mean? This truth is going to be spread worldwide. You understand that? All right? And it's going to be as a witness to all nations. You're going to know, you're going to see the real priests and the prophets of the Most High out there, wherever you at, dropping the truth on you. You understand? You're going to have that for a witness. You're going to witness that wherever you are in this earth. Go ahead.
And then shall the end come.
Hold on 1 second. You missed the part. Start at the world.
All the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come.
Right, unto a witness for all nations. All nations. This ain't talking about, you know what I mean, we going out there dropping the truth on everybody or what have you. You know what I mean? This truth is not for everybody. That's first and foremost, right? But when it's saying all nations is what I was talking about formerly. When I'm talking about, it doesn't matter your geographical location. Because as you know, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are scattered throughout the whole earth. You know what I mean? There's not one central location where every so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, that's the true descendants of the Israelites, are located at today. You understand? We don't have our own land. We up under everybody else, under all of these other nations. In all these other nations, that's where we're at. You know what I mean? And that's why we got to go out there and drop the truth and preach it to all the nations, because the Israelites are in all the nations. All right? And then read that last part. And then shall the end come. So that's what he's telling them. He letting the disciples know right now that this is everything that must come to pass. These things are required to come to pass in order for the end to come, in order for us to get the kingdom. You know what I mean? And not only do these things have to happen, but these are the brothers and sisters that will be saved when the end does come. The brothers and sisters that's going to be up on them chariots. You know what I mean? All right. So drop that. Let me get Isaiah 28 and start at verse 9. Isaiah 28 and verse 9. All right. No sweat, no sweat. All right. You got it? All right, come on with it.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Whom shall he teach knowledge? Right? So, first question. What is knowledge? And let me get a precept for it showing me what knowledge is.
Salaki, sir.
Come on with it.
In the book of Genesis,
Okay. Yeah. That's a precept. What are you talking about? Take me to it.
I was thinking about, like when Eve learned about the knowledge of good and evil.
That's right. That's right. You damn right. So whom shall he teach knowledge? Right? That knowledge that we talking about is the standard of morality that's set by the Most High. You understand? That's what we talking about. Now, just to explain on it a little further, you know what I mean? What governs that is the laws that the Most High laid down for us, right? So now you got the knowledge of good and you got the knowledge of evil, right? So when somebody is teaching you knowledge, what are they teaching you? Uh-huh.
Like pretty much what's lawful and what's not lawful to do.
Exactly. Like we said, the standard of morality. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You know what's wrong and what's right. You know what I mean? Teaching you what's wrong and what's right. So, you know what I mean? According to what the Most High laid down for us. So what are some things that is wrong and that's right? That, you know what I mean? Someone would teach that, Salakia, let me rephrase that. What are some things that are wrong and right that someone that's a priest and prophet of the Most High would teach to someone?
How to properly like eat, what diet to properly eat.
That's right. You know what I mean? Teach them about the dietary law, right? You come through, you dropping the truth, you teaching about the dietary law, talking about how, you know what I'm saying, these Asian cats, they eating that bat soup, and if they just adhere to the dietary law, then we wouldn't have to worry about no coronavirus, right? Because that's the knowledge of good and evil. When you eat these things, when you eat things that are unlawful, that are unclean, this is the result of that. That's why there is a dietary law in effect. You know what I mean? Not to say that that's why we follow it. The reason why we follow it is because that's what the Most High laid down. But you can clearly see the disadvantages to eating these things. You know what I mean? Or the disadvantages to a nation of people that don't have a dietary law versus one people that do have a dietary law. You understand? So who is going to get this truth? You know what I mean? Who shall he teach knowledge? Go ahead.
Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he understand doctrine?
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? What is the doctrine? You know what I mean? That's basically the law. Everything we teaching in totality. You know what I'm saying? Who you going to make to understand the doctrine? The doctrine is what we are teaching. You know what I mean? And not everybody can understand what we're teaching. You understand that, right? Not everybody can understand this. I know I didn't really understand that until it was like when I was young in the truth, and I understood it when I started telling people about the truth, and I started showing people videos and stuff like that of the brothers dropping the truth, and the only thing that they were able to hear out of everything that was being said, right? Out of all the things that were being said, the brothers out there, they dropping in something heavy. You know what I mean? I ain't coming to the truth because they was dropping in something light, but some light stuff, man. But they was dropping heavy jewels out there, and I was listening to them. I gave them my attention, and I heard what was being said, and I'm like, dang, this is some real impactful stuff right here. You know what I mean? Like you hear about it, like you heard the dietary law. You're like, dang, that's a wise thing, right? For a nation of people to have as a part of their heritage, a dietary law. You know what I mean? You hear about, the high holy days, like even just the Passover being one, and you hear about how a high holy day, I wouldn't say a holiday, Salakia, but a high holy day like the Passover, you hear how us being the Israelites, that would be something that's relevant to us to, what you call, what's that word? But that'll be something for us to celebrate. You know what I mean? The Passover, it makes sense for us to celebrate versus us celebrating the 4th of July, which is about, the freedom of another nation. You know what I mean? America's freedom from Great Britain. Meanwhile, we slaves up under this. You know what I mean? It's not celebrating our freedom. When that happened, we were slaves, but we still celebrating it here too in America. So now we hearing all of these heavy things and we like, dang, you know what I mean? We shouldn't be celebrating that. You know what I mean? We should be celebrating something like the Passover. We shouldn't be celebrating no goddamn Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Especially brothers that's claiming that they Native Indian, they got that blood in them. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense, but then there's some brothers and there's some sisters that when they hear the truth being dropped, the only thing they hear? I bet you you can guarantee. I can guarantee that the only thing that they hear. Okay, Khan, but come on, wait. I mean, before I don't know. I know YouTube is trying to sculpt our speech to where we can't say certain things that we want to say. You know what I mean? Else they shut us down. So what is that thing that they don't want us to say? I'm gonna help you out. You right around there, but you ain't bringing it home. I'm gonna help you out. When we tell it, like when the brothers is out there on the corners and they saying, man, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Our slave master is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And I tell you what, that's the only thing that some people will ever hear. You know what I'm saying? Because they come to me and they be like, man, but why y'all always talking about, you know what I'm saying, this man? Why y'all always talking about the man? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all always talking about him? And I'm like, I try to show them the most heaviest video I could find. You know what I mean? I try to just show something that blew me out the water. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that is extracted for some people is just when we say the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And they say, but yeah, y'all say the man too much. Y'all say the man too much. And I'm like, we say the man too much. I'm like, that's all you heard? You know what I mean? So not everybody can understand this doctrine. Not everybody can understand. Not everybody could treasure this truth. You know what I'm saying? So if you able to understand what's being dropped by the priests and prophets of the Most High, then you should count that a blessing. You understand that? And never drop your sword. You know what I'm talking about? Because listen, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? There ain't nothing out there in the world, you know what I'm saying? Nothing out there. You be up in the Christian church blowing rods somewhere. You know what I mean? Not talking about you specifically, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? That's where cats will be at. You be up in the Christian church blowing rod, banging a tambourine. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for this truth. You know what I mean? Like, you be effeminate. You be soft, man. You know what I mean? Like, this truth give brothers strength. You know what I mean? But was there any more on that? Yeah, Khan, there was. Come on with it. Them that are weaned from the milk. What does it mean to be weaned from the milk? You know?
Like a baby, like give the milk to a child.
That's right. You know what I mean? But they wean from the milk. So they taking off of the milk. Right? So they no longer breastfeeding. You took them off of the milk, right? Now, what I want to know is, what is the milk? And give me a precept to show me what the milk is. You got one? You want to take a stab at it?
I don't know exactly where it is. I gotta search for it.
Come on with it. You know what I'm saying? Take a stab at it, man. You know what I mean? No sweat. It ain't no sweat. It ain't no sweat, priest. Hey, so hold that where you at in Isaiah 28, and let me get 1 Peter 2 and 2. All right. 1 Peter 2 and 2. All right. Yeah, go ahead. You can start at verse 2. As hold on. What you reading? Hold on. What you reading? What scrolls you reading? Is that the King James? Is it a King James app though? It says babies or babes. Oh, all right, Most High in Christ. I'm like, hold on. What the brother reading there? Come on with it, though. But as newborn babes, you know what I'm saying? That's self-explanatory what a newborn babe is, right? Go ahead.
Desire the sincere milk
Of the word. Desire the sincere milk of the word. So what is the milk? That's right. The milk is the word. You know what I mean? So this is a simile expressing how a brother or a sister that's fresh about the world, you know what I mean, how adamant they supposed to be about this truth. You know what I mean? You got to want this truth like a newborn baby wants milk. You understand that? That's how you have to desire this truth. Like a newborn baby wants that milk. You know what I mean? Go ahead. And this is what's going to allow you to grow in the truth. You know what I mean? We'll get into that a little bit more. But for the meantime, give me Isaiah 28 and 9 where you was at. You can start at the top.
Who shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
That's right. So these are, hold on one second. So these are two questions being posed by Isaiah. He's saying, whom shall he teach knowledge, and who shall he make to understand doctrine? Now Isaiah is about to answer his own questions. All right? Go ahead.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. So this is who we are going to teach. This is who is going to be taught. You know what I mean? This is who is going to get that understanding that not many brothers and sisters are able to grasp hold of. You know what I mean? Those brothers and sisters that desire this truth like a newborn baby desires milk. You understand? And they get right, they feed off that until they grow. You understand? To a point where they can go to another level, but I don't want to jump ahead of myself. So, you know what I mean? Go ahead and read that, finish that. Precept must be upon precept, right? This is how you gain understanding. The scriptures say, through thy precepts do I gain understanding, therefore do I hate every false way. You know what I mean? Precept upon precept. You know what I mean? That's how you feed a brother or a sister when they coming into this truth. You give them you give them breakdowns, man. Precept upon precept. Go ahead. Line upon line. Go ahead. Here a little, there a little. You understand? Like, that's how you do it. You know what I mean? Like, we might not even use a whole scripture. They think that we trying to just, what you call that? They think we trying to be slick or something like that. We might read the first line of a verse and just drop it right there. You know what I mean? And they think that we trying to be slick and they like read the rest. But I'm like, listen, we ain't got to read the rest. Why not? Because what was stated there is what proved my point. You know what I mean? It's no need to go any further. Like, if I wanted to show you that Christ was from you ain't got to go nowhere. I'm going to just show you what I'm talking about. But if I wanted to show you that Christ was from the tribe of Judah, you were saying, no, Christ ain't from the tribe of Judah. You understand? And I'm like, yes, Christ is. I said, so you saying that the Lord Jesus Christ, right, did not come out of the tribe of Judah, right? And I say, all right, no sweat. So then I go to Hebrews, the 7th chapter, right? And then I just pull in, it says, for it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah. Now, let me ask you this. Do I need to read any more of that? No. And if I did, now watch how it diverts from the point that I was trying to make, all right? So I'm going to read it one more time from the top. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. You see what I'm saying? Like, what in the world does the priesthood have to do with me proving that Christ came from the tribe of Judah, if that's all I'm trying to prove? You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know what I mean? You just said rightly dividing the word. You know what I mean? Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. You understand that? Drop that. Let me get Hebrews 5 and then start at verse 12, all right? Hebrews 5 and 12. Okay. All right. No sweat. You got it? All right, come on with it. So, when it's time for you to become a teacher, go ahead. It is a necessity. Ye have need. It is a necessity, meaning something that you need. Go ahead. That one teach you. Hold on, read that one more time. That one teach you. You missed the word. That one teach you again. You got to be taught again. Right? That's where a lot of the problem comes into place, because not only do you have to desire the word like a newborn babe, but also you then have to humble yourself to that same capacity, you know what I'm saying, spiritually, when you're dealing with a brother that's been in the truth, that's grown in the truth for some years. That's the type of relationship you have to have as someone that's a newborn babe. Like, if you remember the scripture where Christ said, unless you be as this little child, you cannot inherit the kingdom. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you have to humble yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you might think that you know everything, and that's a problem with Negroes. We think we know every goddamn thing. You know what I mean? And you don't want to, you know, and being, you know, saying a grown man or a grown woman, you know what I mean? It's hard to, you know, come to that and bring yourself to that, because you like, man, I already know this, I already know that. You done learned, you already have learned behaviors that you adapted. You know what I'm saying? You have a way that you accustomed to living. So now to forego everything that you know what I mean, and come through like you don't know anything. You know what I mean? It's a hard thing to do, brother. You understand? But nonetheless, it is necessary. It is a necessity. You know what I mean? Especially if you trying to be a teacher. You know what I mean? If you trying to teach the words of the Most High. If you trying to teach so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, well, you must first be taught. You understand? Like, that's the difference between the UPK and, well, I don't want to go like that, but you know what I'm saying? That's what makes the UPK so precious, is that, you know what I mean, we don't let anybody up in here. You know what I'm saying? We don't let anybody, wherever they at in life, just start and come up in here and find out they're Israelite and then just put them on the streets. You know what I mean? What do we require of you? To do 90 days to get your Hebrew name. During that time period, what are you not allowed to do while you're being taught?
So like you said, you're not allowed during that time. You are not allowed to teach or to like speak to any other brother or sister that is in the class.
And yeah, so basically, you not permitted to teach even once you get your Hebrew name. And you a trooper. You know what I mean? You not even permitted to teach then. A trooper is not allowed to teach. A trooper is supposed to shut their mouth. You understand? If you're a trooper in the school. But then, once you become an officer, after you done did some time, after you done been taught by men that been here before you, you know what I mean? Those men have been taught by other men greater than them. You know what I mean? Now you are permitted to go and teach. And that's why I'm saying that's what makes the UPK so precious, because, you know what I mean? If you did, just think about it, right? If you were allowed to come up in here, and then the moment you came up in here, we instantly sanctioned you to go and teach. How could that be? Like, you don't even know anything. You see what I mean? You ain't even got rid of the old man or the old woman. You know what I mean? And now you out here teaching, but that's what's so righteous about this truth. You understand? Is that we understand this. You know what I'm saying? That when it's time for you to become a teacher again, you're going to have need that someone teaches you again. And they're going to wash that Christianity clean up off you. They're going to wash that Islam clean up off you. Shake it off you even. You know what I mean? We're going to shake it off just a little bit. You know what I mean? We're going to make you just do it yourself. You're going to shake it off. You know what I mean? We just going to just help you a little bit. You know what I mean? You're going to shake that Christianity clean off. You're going to shake that Islam clean off. You're going to shake that Egyptology clean off. You know what I mean? That Alex Jones, you're going to just get rid of that Alex Jones. You understand? Clean off. You understand me? You know what I mean? But go ahead, read on. It's from again. That's the first principle. That's the first laws of the oracle. Don't forget about the commas and the semicolons, all right? That's the principle. That's the laws of the oracles of God. What's the oracles? The oracles are books, meaning, you know what I'm saying, the Old and the New Testament. That's the first principles of the oracles of the Most High. All right, go ahead.
And are become such as have need of milk.
Have need of milk. You know what I mean? That's how you have become. Somebody, a brother or a sister that must be fed. You know what I mean? A baby desiring this truth, and they must be fed. Go ahead. And not of strong meat. And that's the purpose of it. That's why when you come through, you learning that Christ is black. You know what I'm saying? Christ is a black man from the tribe of Judah. You know what I mean? That's what you learn. You learn in the basics, things that are easily digestible. You know what I mean? Things that you can understand. You know what I mean? Like, why would I teach you? More than likely, I'm not going to teach you about Esau before I teach you reincarnation. You understand? Or else I just wouldn't start at Genesis. You know what I mean? Or if I'm going to teach you I'm not going to teach you about the mark of the beast off rip. It's certain things you have to have understanding of. Or if you want to learn about the Gentiles, you know what I mean? You start at the split in the kingdom. You know what I mean? To help you understand that. You know what I mean? So, milk. And not of strong meat. Because what is strong meat? Like, can you feed a baby strong meat? Can you feed a baby a piece of steak? Nah, they not at that level yet. You don't want to take it there yet. And it's gonna be hard for them to digest that. They're not gonna understand it. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
Verse 13. For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness.
Right. Everyone that's using milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness. You know what I mean? And because brothers and sisters in the world don't know the truth, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? They might bump into some cats that's, you know what I'm saying, look like they dropping something, you know what I mean? But just because you got a cat that's breaking down John 3:16 or something like that, that don't mean that this cat is a certified priest of the Most High. You understand? That doesn't certify you because you know the milk scriptures. You know what I mean? But you unskillful in the word of righteousness. You a baby in this truth. Go ahead.
For he is a babe.
Right. Go ahead.
For strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age.
Yeah, strong meat belongs to them that are of full age. Now, as you start to do, like basically when you come into the truth, you're a newborn babe, right? And then you start to obtain rank in here. Now you're an officer of 50. Now you're an officer of 500. Now you're an officer of 1,000. You understand? Now you are becoming full of age. You getting older. You know what I mean? You come to the point where you are able to digest me because you ain't baby fresh in this truth. You know what I mean? You could get down with a little bit. You feel me? Go ahead.
Even those who, by the reason of use, have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
You see that, right? Like a brother that come into this truth, you know what I mean, or a sister, you know what I mean? And when you're younger, you might make mistakes. You might do things that you might not necessarily know is wrong. because you're so new to the truth. You know what I mean? But as you become older, now you accustomed to this lifestyle, and now you have the knowledge, meaning what? You got the knowledge of good and evil. So now you know what's right and you know what's wrong, right? You understand? And you exercising those senses. You know what I mean? You might have just, in the world, you might have picked up any food and just started eating it. Now, you see something, you know who the devil is. You know what I mean? You start reading them ingredients now. You finding out things got pork in it that you never knew had pork in it. You know what I mean? Or any unlawful food, you finding out, man, this got, dang. You know what I mean? I had a brother one time in here, he was very upset. He called me about it when he found out that his favorite turkey sausages had a pork casing. And he was very upset, and I don't know, he was about to explode out. I could feel him, but I tried to hang up the phone, so I didn't catch none of that explosion. You understand? But he was very upset. You understand? But you exercising good and evil. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you discernment. Your discernment. You able to discern what's right and what's wrong. You know what I mean? And you've been doing it for a while, so now you can get it in. All right. But drop that. Right. Let me get Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 6:36. All right. Ecclesiasticus 6:36. All right. Let's get it. Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiasticus 6:36. And if thou seest a man of understanding.
And if you see a man of understanding, right? You find a brother, you know what I'm saying? In any case, you find a certified priest of the Most High in the Isupk under command of General Yohana, then that's a man of understanding right there, brother. And you are able to clearly see that this is a man of understanding. Go ahead.
Get thee betimes unto him.
Betimes, what does betimes mean? It means like speedily or early. You know what I mean? Get up on him early. You understand? Go ahead.
And let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
Wear the steps of his door. What does that mean? Let's see if you could take a stab at it. So if it said get to that man, if you find a man of understanding, right? Get to him early. Get yourself to him early, right? And let thy foot wear the steps of his door. What does that mean?
So like to go to him, like go to his house.
Right?
Enter.
That's right. And what does it mean when it says wear the steps of his door?
To me, it probably means like to enter inside, or
Just think like wear it out. You know what I'm saying? Let your foot wear out the steps of his door. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's that old English, man. You know what I'm saying? That trash. But yeah, you know what I mean? You better get up on that joint, man. And then how do you do this today, though? You know what I mean? You literally gonna go to a brother's house and you just gonna be there every single day to Salakia, teach me something, Bubba Kashaw. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you ain't gonna do that. But how you are going to do that is by going to class every single day. You know what I mean? How you are going to do that is going to the online classes, going to camp. You understand? Anywhere classes being taught, you up in there. You know what I mean? You asking questions, you bringing your questions to the door or what have you. You know what I mean? That's how you do that spiritually. All right? Is there any more on that? No, that's pretty much it on that, right? All right, let me get Ecclesiastes now in the Old Testament, 6 and 10. All right.
So it's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 10.
Right.
That that which have been is named already.
No, that might not be it right there. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. 6 and 10? That's Ecclesiastes 6 and 10, right? I messed up. Bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to get where it say, hold on 1 second. I'm going to get it for you right quick. Just bear with me 1 second. All right. So now let's go to Salakia. Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Salakia. I don't know what I put 6 and 10.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Whatsoever that
Hold on, let me see something. Start at Start at verse 7.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 7.
Go ahead.
Go thy way, eat thy bread with joy.
Yeah, so meaning what? Go where you gonna go, get you some grub, man, and eat that thing with joy. You understand? Go ahead.
And drink thy wine with a merry heart.
Right. Drink your, that's how you going, you know what I mean? Get your grub on, sip a little strong. You know what I mean? Enjoy yourself, man. Go ahead.
Right. For God now accepteth thy works.
Right. Now the Most High accepts your works. You got something you should be happy about. Now you should be happy. You should celebrate, if you will. You know what I mean? Get you some nice good fried chicken. Get you a good old bottle of strong. Get with your brothers, man, and get right to the business. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Because the Most High accepts your works now. Go ahead.
Let thy garments be always white.
Uh-oh. Hold on, priest. I don't know, man. Can I wear that blue garment? I don't know if I could rock that thing. Might gotta help me out. I think we supposed to always rock white. The lock here. Is that the case? Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know you're not supposed to be wearing them clothes you wearing, right? You're supposed to have one all white. See, this the scripture right here that say it. Show me otherwise. Mm-hmm.
I think my garments, this is meaning like about like, you know, like the inside, like, you know, like your mind and like, you know, the heart and stuff.
All right, Doc. That's cool. I like that you think that, but that's not what the scriptures say. You know what I mean? It says right here, Doc, that we supposed to wear white garments. That's why I always wear white. It's not about what you think, brother. It's about what the Most High said. Yo, come on, priest. Don't do it to me. Come on. Don't let him get through like that on you.
Nah, Salaki, I'm looking for a garment. Like if I could find another example where they use garments, as like not clothes,
Mm-hmm.
meaning something else.
Right. Come on with it. Hey, man, I don't know, man. You might need to leave that UPK, brother. See, I'm trying to give you the truth, man. I don't think you got it. I don't think it's over there. So lucky, man. So lucky, priest. You know what I'm saying?
Salaki said, see, this is all about clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find the one that I need because like these examples right here is about like actual clothes like garments and
Yeah, con, I feel you. All right, no sweat. I'm gonna give it to you for time's sake. All right. Let me get. Oh, hold on. Let me see. It ain't in Matthews. I could give you that.
okay, come. Nah, I was looking at Matthews at chapter 23 and 5.
Mm-hmm. Nah, that ain't it, priest. I'm gonna help you out though. You know what I'm saying? We gonna need these things out there. Cats try to pull some garbage. Let me get Revelations 3 and start at verse 4. All right.
Okay, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 4. Thou hast a few names, even in Sardis, which have not.
Meaning what? There's a few names. There's a few brothers, right? In Sardis, right? Which have not what?
Defiled their garments.
Nah, they just wear white all the time.
They have not defiled their garments.
These brothers have not defiled their garments. What that mean? Did they not spill some coffee like I'm sipping right now? They ain't spilled some coffee on their garment? Let's find out what that's talking about. Read on.
And they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy.
And they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. You understand? They have not defiled their garments. You know what I mean? Like you said, this is a spiritual thing that it's talking about here. You know what I mean? Like any cat, you telling me, right? So are you saying to me that any cat, as long as he's wearing a garment and he keeps his garment clean, he's keeping his garment clean, that makes him worthy? Is that what we saying now? And they shall walk with me in white. You understand? For they are worthy. You know what I mean? Does having a white garment on make you worthy? No. What does make you, you know what I'm saying? What defiles you? When you live in a lawless lifestyle. You know, understand? You can have a white garment on all you want and be sleeping with another man's woman. And you ain't getting up there with you ain't about to walk with Christ, man. You understand? You could be getting high to the ends of time. You know what I mean? But read on though.
He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment.
You understand? That cat that overcomes the world. Go ahead.
And I will not blot out his name
and he will not blot out his name out of the book of life. You understand? This is brothers and sisters. Well, brothers, this is what it's talking about right here. You understand? That have stood stiff for the Most High. You know what I mean? They didn't transgress. You know what I'm saying? They stuck it out all the way to the end. You know what I mean? He ain't going to blot out his name out the book of life. But he going to confess him before the Most High and before the angels. You know what I mean? But let's drop that. Let's go back to, where was we at? Ecclesiastes 9 to 10? Right? Let's get that. Ecclesiastes 9 to 10. Oh. There with you on quick. Go ahead. Oh, we was at 8? Salakia, the water. You could drop Salak, you could drop down to verse 10 though. That's pretty much it on that.
Verse 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do,
Go ahead.
do it with my might, with thy might.
Right. Whatsoever, meaning whatever, thy hand findeth to do, right? Do it with all thy might. Do it with thy might. Salakia, not all thy might. But do it with thy might. So what is this talking about? You know what I mean? You might be holding posts at camp, Salakia, right? Now, sometimes you might get, your legs might be getting tired out there. You're a little tired, you know what I'm saying? Your legs hurting, your feet hurting. You've been standing up all day at camp. You know what I mean? Don't let that be a reason why you give half performance. You know what I mean? Whatever you do in the work of the Lord, make sure you do it with all your might. You know what I mean? All your might. Whether you holding posts, you want shamar in the back, in the front, whatever. You want a camera, you better do that camera like, you know what I'm saying? Like you doing it with all your might. With every, you know what I'm saying, all of your capacity. If you give a camp speaking, you better give that camp speaking up to the fullest. Make sure that you done prepared throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on with the scriptures. And then when it come time for you to drop that joint, you better lace that joint correct, because you doing that for the Most High. If it come time for you to build that camp equipment, when it's time to build the camp equipment, don't just start slapping things on. You know what I mean? You better look at that and you better put that joint together with some professionalism. You know what I mean? Get that joint looking real right, solid. You know what I mean? Make sure everything is intact. Make sure everything is good, 100% functional. If you reading, make sure that you know what I'm saying, don't give up on the reading. Don't just go monotone. You know what I mean? Work with the speaker. If you a reader, work with the speaker. You know what I mean? When the speaker is dropping something, you're supposed to be listening to what the speaker is saying. You make sure that you know where you at when you in that scripture. You know what I mean? Keep your finger placed on that joint. You understand? Boom. You hear the speaker trying to say something, you know what I mean? You hear him honing in on a certain thing, you know what I mean? Read what's there. While he's talking, read what's right in front of your face, the scripture that he told you to pull, and then be working out in your mind how you about to deliver it based off of what he dropping, so that way, you know what I'm saying, you can deliver that reading to the best of your ability for the brothers and sisters that's listening. You know what I mean? Because now you looked at it already while the brother talking the whole time. You said, all right, I'm going to emphasize this word right here. I know I'm going to stop right there. You might see something, or you might emphasize something that a brother might have overlooked. And you know what I'm saying? I'm going to hone in on that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that you right up on there with it. Like you and that brother that's up there, y'all working together. You know what I mean? Like if it ain't coming out good on one side, you know what I mean? It's like y'all gotta be in absolute one accord. So that way that thing gets like everybody has to be working together when you at camp. You got the Shamar playing they role in the back. You got the information table. Whoever's on the information table, they playing their role. You know what I mean? The cameraman, he got to play his position. And if everybody doing it with all they might, with all their strength, you know what I'm saying? That joint is going to come out. That's going to be a marvelous camp that is had. You understand? You know what I mean? So whatever you do, put it to use and make sure that you perfect whatever you're doing in the work of the Most High. Like this is the thing too, right? You got to understand certain brothers have certain gifts when you come up in here. Now, if you got a gift, if you got the gift to, you know what I'm saying, man the camera, and you good with video editing and things like that, we're going to require you to use that skill that you have. You understand? If you got a skill where you a master carpenter, we're going to require you to use that skill you have with the camp equipment. Like Captain Nayathak, you know what I'm saying? Captain Nayathak, he laid that how to build a camp out, you know what I'm saying, with, you know, the ultimate professionalism. Me and the brother is sitting there looking at the joint like, well, maybe it's saying this. No, maybe it's saying that. Hold on, let's just call Captain Nayathak real quick. Trying not to call Captain Nayathak at all. You understand? But he done got blueprints for the camp equipment and everything. You ain't even expect no brothers to come out like that. But these are brothers that's, you know, they whenever they putting their hand to, they putting all they might with it. You know what I mean? So they making sure that this is professionalism. Like even when you send, like if you send an email, you know what I'm saying? You don't just send no little email to when you doing it to a brother in the truth. If you send something to a brother in the truth, you do that with all the might in your hand. You make sure that you presented that with professionalism. You know what I mean? You make sure that it was done right. Like you would if you was contacting your employer and sending them an email. You wouldn't just send your employer an email and have it looking like whatever, like, or say, yo, you know what I'm saying? I got that joint, here, what it is. You know what I mean? We right with it. Boom. Hold that. You're not going to come through like that. So don't come through like that when you up in here. You know what I mean? Shalom, sir. Lord in Christ. You know what I mean? Here's the information you requested, sir. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Drop it on them. You know what I'm saying? Putting the report together. Make sure that report is put together solid. You know what I understand? I know y'all brothers done been with me in the police station a few times. You understand? We were there all night. You know what I mean? It's a lock here. But you know what I'm saying? But whatever, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just that. You know what I mean? You got the gift to secure buildings. Use it. You understand? Put your whole might to it. You know what I mean? We gonna require you to use that. Go computers, we will require you to use that. If you scared to work, if you scared to put in work, this is not the place for you. You understand? You can't be lazy up in here. You got to put in work. You're going to be required to do work. All right. Drop that. Let me get Luke 12:48. All right. Go ahead.
The book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 48.
But he that knew not, meaning him that the cat that doesn't know, right? Now start at one verse above that.
The book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 47.
Mm-hmm.
That servant which knew his Lord's will.
So that servant, a servant of the Most High, that knew the will of the Most High, meaning what the Most High wanted. Go ahead. and didn't prepare himself. Go ahead. Let me see.
Neither did according to his will.
Did not prepare himself, meaning what? Didn't use this grace period that we have to get ourselves right, right? And then what was that next part that you read?
Neither according to his will.
Neither did according to his will.
Neither did according to his will.
Neither did according to his will. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't prepare yourself. You didn't use the grace period to get yourself right with the Most High. You didn't do according to his will. His will is what he wants. What he wants is for the nation of Israel to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments and obey what he told us to do. You understand? So if you remain disobedient, go ahead. And you didn't change, you didn't repent, go ahead.
Shall be beaten with many stripes.
Shall be beaten with many stripes. You're going to receive a harsh punishment. That's what it's talking about, to be beaten with stripes. You know what I mean? Like, just think about stripes like, you know what I mean? You got a whip and, you know what I mean? You hitting that, boom. You know what I mean? You ever seen the picture where we got the one where it say never forget, and they got the brother, he got his back turned and he got all them stripes on his back? You know what I'm saying? You're going to be beaten with many stripes. You're going to get a harsh punishment. So you might see some slaves, they got, you know, 1 or 2 stripes on their back. Then you got that one that they said was a rebellion. Like, he's the most rebellious cat. You know what I mean? He got many stripes on his back. It's almost unbearable to look at. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're going to receive a harsher punishment. Read on. But he that knew not, meaning the servant that didn't know, you know what I mean? Go ahead. And did do things where he was worthy to be punished, where you should be punished. Go ahead.
Shall be beaten with few stripes.
Shall be beaten with few stripes. Like, if you don't know no better, the punishment is going to be lightened. It's not going to be as severe. You know what I mean? But when we come in here, now we find out what we're accountable for, and we know that, you know, we gotta put on for the Most High. You know what I mean? You got to get it in. You got whatever you put your hand to, you got to do it with all your might. We know that. We can't say that we didn't know. Now we do know. You know what I mean? If we didn't know before, now we are getting the burden of the knowledge. You understand? Man, what's that scripture where it say that? But I'll get it later. But you know what I'm saying? Now, you understand that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there is no, I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, or what we were supposed to be doing. Now we know. We understand very well. Go ahead.
For unto whomsoever much is given.
Whoever much is given. Like, you know what I mean? Talking about this truth. Like, we given much with this truth. We didn't do anything to receive this truth. You know what I mean? Nonetheless, the brothers gave it to us with no expense. You know what I mean? Like, we all got this truth for free, and we got it in abundance. You can go on, you know what I'm saying, type in on YouTube Isupk, and a whole gang of videos gonna pop up. You understand? You just get soaking up all the game. You know what I mean? You getting all the knowledge. You know, getting all the know-how and what have you, you know. But go ahead.
And to whom, of him shall be much required.
Of him shall be much required. There's going to be much required of you. You're going to be required to do things. You know what I mean? A lot. You understand? Especially if you staff a city. You know what I mean? You're going to be required, you know what I mean, to do a lot of work. You understand? Go ahead.
And to whom men have committed much,
Right? Have committed much. You know what I mean? The brothers that's leading, you know what I'm saying? The men that are following you have committed much to you. Go ahead.
of him they will ask more.
They gonna ask more. You know what I mean? You gonna have brothers blowing your phone up. Salaki, sir, what should I do with this? Salaki, sir, what's this and what's that? You know what I mean? Just calling you for everything. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
And, so like this, sir,
Mm-hmm.
of him they will ask of more. And I am come to send fire on the earth.
And this is Christ. Christ said he's come to send fire on the earth, meaning he coming to burn this joint down, right? Go ahead.
And what will I find? Oh, and what will I?
And what will I? Like he's saying, I've come to burn this down, and what will I burn down? Go ahead. If it already be kindled, what does that mean? There's already a fire here. I've come to burn this place down, but it's been set on fire already. You understand that, right? It's a heavy joint right here. This is what we have to do, right? Spiritually, we got to burn down Rhode Island. You understand? You got to spiritually burn it down. And you're going to lighten Yahweh Shai's workload upon his return. You understand? Get this thing up and running for the king. You know what I mean? Set flames all through that city, hit them corners, and just get the blazing everywhere, on everybody. You know what I mean? You with me? All right, Most High Christ. Drop that. Let me get Nehemiah 8 and start at verse 3. Go ahead. Start at hold on, Salaki. Start at verse 2.
Verse 2. And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation.
Go one more before that, Salaki. One more Baba Kashaw.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8 and 1.
Go ahead.
And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate.
Go ahead. Meaning all the people came together. You know what I mean? This is a crowd now. Go ahead.
And they spake unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book.
So they speaking up on, so all this crowd of people, they speaking on to Ezra. Ezra was a scribe. What does a scribe do? A scribe is someone that keeps the records, right? And what did they say? bring the book of the law of Moses. So they like, yo, man, let us get the first 5 books of Moses, man. Let us hear what that's talking about, right? Go ahead.
Which the Lord had commanded
Which the Lord had commanded
to Israel.
to Israel. You know what I mean? Like the Lord ordered that. Wait, say that last part one more time. You got that right?
Which the Lord had commanded to Israel.
The Lord had commanded to Israel. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. That's verse 2, right?
So like I said, that was the last line of verse 1.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 2. And Ezra, the priest, brought the law before the congregation.
So Ezra, hold on one second. So Ezra was a priest. You understand? He was a priest of the Most High. He was a scribe, but he was a priest also of the Most High. And he did what?
Brought the law before the congregation.
Brought the law before the congregation. So he did as they requested. He brought that law through. Go ahead.
Both men and women.
Both men and women. This is a diverse crowd. Go ahead.
And all that could hear with understanding.
And all that could hear with understanding. You know what I mean? Like I told you, everybody ain't going to get that. Right? Go ahead.
Upon the first day of the 7th month.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate from the morning until midday.
So he was reading out the scriptures from the morning till midday. Right? Now, when we go out there on Saturday, right? What time do you got to get up to get to camp? You got to get up in the morning, right? Going to work. You know what I mean? And shoot. We used to be out there right at 12. You understand? But we moved it up a little bit. But right at 12, you understand? That's when we got it cracking. You know what I mean? An hour short of the morning. So this is early, still early in the day, right? You know what I mean? And it said he read that until the midday. You know what I mean? That's when our camps usually are concluded. In the middle of the day, when everybody coming off the slavery and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's when we clocking out. Right? Go ahead. Before the men and the women. Right? Go ahead.
And those that could understand.
All right, go ahead.
And the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law.
Meaning they was listening to Ezra when he was dropping the truth. They was attentive, right? Meaning they were paying attention to what he was saying when he was teaching out them scriptures. Like you got brothers and sisters that are standing there all day while we at camp dropping the truth. And they just be attentive, listening to what we saying. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood.
He stood upon a what?
A pulpit of wood.
And what do we stand upon?
A pulpit of wood, sir.
That's right. We stand on that high riser, man. You know what I mean? Right up on that high riser like Ezra did. Like the prophets of old. We do the same thing. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Which they had made for the purpose.
Which they made for that purpose. Meaning what? Why did we make the high riser? The reason why we made that high riser was because for the purpose of going to camp. Why did Ezra make the high riser? Why did the prophets of old make that high riser? for the purpose of going to camp. Go ahead.
And beside him stood Mattithiah,
Go ahead.
Shema,
Mm-hmm.
Ananiah, and Arijah, and
Uriah? Was it Uriah? I think you meant to say Uriah.
Okay, Uriah, and Hilkiah, and Messiah
Mm-hmm.
on his right hand.
On his right hand. So now you looking at it. If you start to look at this, this is starting to look real similar to what we do. You know what I mean? Modern day, right? You got Ezra's. He on the podium, and he dropping the truth. You understand? He reading out the scriptures. But not only that, he got a gang of brothers to his right. You know what I mean? Those brothers on post. They holding post on Shamar. Go ahead.
And on his left hand, Sadiah,
Mm-hmm. I'm not looking at it, but no, I was saying I'm just not looking at it with you now. You know what I'm saying? I was earlier, but so I couldn't tell you. But you two wild, just go ahead. Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And Ezra opened the book.
Hold up. Didn't it say it was? Oh, it said it was on his left hand. So now he got a gang of brothers to the right, and he got a gang of brothers to his left. You know what I mean? Securing the perimeter. You understand? Creating the barrier. You know what I mean? Same thing we do, man. This is the origin of the ancient profession of being a priest and prophet of the Most High. And this is what we do. In the Isupk, we keep the traditions of our fathers that was passed down to us. But go ahead, read on. So now he opened the book in all the sight of the people. This ain't what I said, brother. This what the Most High said. Turn the book around. Let them see the what writing is this? This is red writing. I didn't say this. You understand? Go ahead. He was above all the people. So the way that they constructed that high riser, it made him above the audience that he was dropping the truth on. Go ahead. Physically. What? And when he opened that book, all the people stood up. Go ahead. Hold on, skip that and go to verse 8. What was show?
So they read in the book of the law of God distinctly and gave the sense.
Wait, say that one time. I didn't really hear what you said. Read that one more time from the top, verse 8. I couldn't really hear you.
So they read in the book of the law of God distinctly.
Distinctly, it says? Okay, they read in the book of the law, right? So they read in the books of Moses distinctly, right? Go ahead. And gave the sense, right? So this is what we do, right? Ain't this what we do? You got one brother, he's doing the teaching. You know what I mean? The brother, he giving the reading. You know what I mean? As the brother read the line, he draw the mic back, and then he give the sense of what was just read. You know what I mean? Something we do not get in that Christian church, man. We ain't getting that out. We ain't getting that. You go up in that Christian church, they don't read not one scripture. If they do pull the scripture, it's going to be God so loved the world, love your enemy. You know what I mean? And they're going to rant on about what they think that means. But they really don't know what it means. But they're going to rant on about what they think that joint mean. You know what I mean? Not giving the real understanding of it, not making sense of it. You know what I mean? Because you come out that joint confused as I don't know what. But when the brothers out there, they dropping it, and if you got the understanding, you able to understand, and he draw the mic back and he say, you know what I mean? Revelation, start at verse 1. Here's the revelation of Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? So what does revelation mean? Revelation means to unveil something. Boom. Right. Drop down to 13. Done. Now you're going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Read 13. Now you bust down 13. The reader read 13. He draw the mic back. He give it up. Right? That's what Ezra's doing. That's what the prophets of old was doing. They read in the scriptures and they giving the sense of it, making sense of what they was reading. Go ahead. To the audience that they was teaching to. Go ahead. And and who are they teaching? We went into it in verse 1. Who were they teaching? Uh-huh. That's right. They was teaching. They was only teaching the Israelites. You know what I mean? But go ahead. And he caused them to understand the reading. So now, the way he was breaking it down for them, they started to gain the understanding of what was being read that they didn't get formally. All right? That's it on that. You know what I mean? So I want to pull Proverbs 27 and 17 right quick. We're going to get that. But that's the thing. That's what, you know what I mean? Like, they just think we out there, some Negroes on the corner or what have you, and we just, doing something of our own mind, of our own will. But lo and behold, you look at these scriptures and you find out that the prophets of old, they was out there on them corners dropping the truth the same way that we doing it today. You know what I mean? All right. You got Proverbs 27 and 17. Let me get that. Right, iron sharpeneth iron. All right, go ahead. So the man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. Now, if you notice what we was reading about in Nehemiah, you had Nehemiah, and he had a whole gang of brothers to his right, Salaki. And he had a whole gang of brothers to his left. You understand? To his right and to his left, he had a whole bunch of brothers that was with him. You know what I mean? You can't perform this work alone. You know what I mean? That's why we got the brotherhood in here. You know what I mean? That's why we go out there and try to fish brothers and sisters into the truth too. You know what I mean? Because we can't bring back the nation by ourselves. You know what I mean? We got to do it together as a people. You know what I mean? And it says a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. What does that mean? What is a countenance? Okay, for time's sake, I'm gonna give it to you, all right? But a countenance is like your face or an expression, and a face or an expression. You know what I mean? You're gonna have brothers with you. You're gonna be at camp. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to notice a change in a brother's countenance. You know what I mean? You might see a brother might be down. You know what I mean? The same way iron sharpeneth iron, you might see a brother and he's looking real, gloomy. You know what I mean? The brother just has a dark and cloudy look about him. You know what I mean? You're going to have to be attentive to the brothers that you over. You're going to have to notice that, you know what I mean? Pull that brother to the side. Hey, Ak, you all right? You ain't looking all right today. You know what I mean? Yeah, brother, shoot, I just lost my slavery, man. You know what I mean? Ooh, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man, the rib tripping, man. We getting into it a whole lot. Just weighing heavy on my mind, brother. You understand? A man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. So he see that brother's, feeling sad in some type of way for whatever the reason may be. And and being a friend to that brother, what's he gonna do? He gonna sharpen his countenance. He gonna be like, man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't sweat that joint. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the club, man. Don't worry about the sister or what have you, man. We gonna go to the club. We gonna get some strong. We gonna do what it do. You know what I mean? Take the brother's mind off the joint and get him back right to where he need to be so he can stay solid in the game, right? No matter what the case be, you know what I mean? You get that brother right in the spirit again, man. You know what I mean? That's what the brotherhood is for, right? That's why we out there. We brothers. We put ourselves. Well, I don't want to skip ahead. You understand? But most definitely, you know what I mean? You can't do this joint alone, man. You gotta have brothers. You gotta have brotherhood, and that's what's going to get you through on this. You know what I mean? And that's how you'll be able to endure to the end. You know what I mean? With your brothers, you ain't gonna be able to isolate yourself and think that you're gonna be able to be, think that you're gonna be able to do the work in here, and you know what I mean. You're gonna be successful in what you're doing. You're not gonna be able to do that. You gotta have your brothers with you. You know what I mean? And y'all gotta make sure that you maintain that brotherhood. You understand? You gotta give brothers something that they ain't never seen in the world before. You know what I mean? Give them that attention and be like, yo, you know what I mean? The world, don't nobody care about your problems in the world. You understand? Nobody cares about your problems. I mean, but in here, we care about each other's problems. You understand? All right. Drop that. Let me get Luke 14 and then start at 16. Dang. All right. I'm going to go through these fast. I'm going to go kind of fast with these. All right. Go ahead.
Then said he unto him, a certain man made a great supper,
Christ, this certain man, this is talking about Christ. Go ahead.
and bade many.
And bade many. Go ahead. We're gonna read this one a little bit fast, all right? If you hear me interject, then you just freeze up. But you can keep flowing, all right? All right.
And sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden,
Mm-hmm.
Come, come, for all things are ready now.
Right.
Verse 18. And they all with one consent began to make excuses.
The mottos we got up in here, priest.
No excuses, sir.
No excuses. But all of these cats began to what?
Make excuses.
Make excuses. La Salakia. Go ahead.
God said, I have brought a piece, Salaki. The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I must needs to go to see it.
I bought. Hold on, Salakia. I bought a piece of ground. I just purchased a piece of land. I need to go check that joint right quick. I need to see how my land is looking. I just purchased a new plot of land. Go ahead.
Tell God, I pray thee, have me excused.
Hey, what? Come on with it. Come on. You pray that what?
19.
No, say that last one more time. You pray that what? Go ahead.
I pray thee, have me excused.
I pray thee have me excused, Salaki. So, Baba Kashar, if I could just be excused, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, no sweat, no sweat. Come on with it.
Oh God. Number 19. And another said, I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I have to go to prove them.
Hey, come on, priest. I just bought 5 oxes. I got a whole thing of oxes. I need to go check them things out, man. Go ahead.
Oh God. I pray ye have me excused.
Oh man. Oh man. The brother filling out a leave request to go check on a damn ox. You understand that? You want to check on the ox? All right, no sweat ox. Go ahead.
Oh God. Number 20. And another said, I have married a wife.
Uh-oh. Don't go past that one so fast, priest. The other one have said what?
And the other one said, I have married a wife.
My rib, my rib, my rib, my rib. Damn, Ock. You telling me you ain't about to swing through because of your rib? Your rib, your rib, your rib. I'm tired of hearing that. You understand me? Good night. Salakia for good night. That brother want to my rib, my rib. You understand? That's the go-to. You understand? Come on with it.
And therefore I cannot come.
And then that's why I can't come. I can't come through, man. I just got me a new piece of tail. Salakia. I'm not coming to camp today. Go ahead.
Oh God. Number 21. So the servant came and showed his Lord these things.
So the servant come back to Christ and he like, Salakia, sir. Listen, the brothers, you know, I went to him like I was supposed to go to him. Go ahead.
And showed his Lord the Then the master of the house, being angry, said to him,
Being what?
being angry.
Hold on, bring it back. A little one more start where you started at. When it said the servant went to his master.
Oh God.
Go ahead and read it.
So that servant came and showed his Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry,
Being angry. So now the servant went and he like, Salaki, so I'm getting a whole lot of excuses as to why, you know what I'm saying, brothers couldn't come through today. You understand? Whole lot of them things. Salakia, sir. And then the Lord was angry. He was very upset that he was hearing all of these excuses, man. You understand? Excuse after excuse after excuse. La Salakia. But go ahead.
oh God, go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor and the maimed and the halt.
Wait, where did it say to go out to? Where did it say to go out to?
Go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city.
Right, into the streets and the lanes of the city. Go out quickly. Right, so now he get a new mission from his Lord. Go ahead.
And bring in hither the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind.
Now, this is who Christ want him to bring in now. You understand? All right, no sweat. You understand? Okay, that's cool. But this is what I want you to do. Hurry up, get out there, and go get the poor, the maimed, meaning what? The destroyed of Israel. Right? Go ahead. And he said hit the streets and the lanes. You understand? Meaning get out there and you're gonna have to rap with these brothers and say you're gonna have to talk to them. All right, go ahead.
And the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded. And
So the servant of the Most High, he completed the mission. He said, Salakia, sir, your mission complete. You know what I mean? He said, kun out of one kun and got the job done. Go ahead. Go out to where? Go out to where?
the highways and the hedges.
That's where you want you to go out to the highways and the hedges, high foot traffic areas. You understand? This is where I want you to go, into the heavy foot traffic areas in the city. Go ahead.
For I say unto you that none of these men which were bidden shall taste of my supper.
None of these cats, none of the cats that came through with excuses shall taste of my supper. You're not going to get this reward. You know what I mean? It's an honor to sit with Christ and feast, brother. You understand? That's going to be a marvelous day. You understand? To sit and feast with the King of Israel. Go ahead. But none of these cats that are full of excuses, they ain't gonna get that. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And there went great multitudes with him, and he turned and said unto them,
Go ahead.
26. If any man come to me and
Oh, hold on. Oh. So he said, so hold on, bring that back one more time. Bring that for where you was at, the verse above.
verse 25, and there went great multitudes with him, and he turned and said unto them,
Mm-hmm.
26, if any man come to me and hate not his father, his mother, and wife, and children, and brethren, and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
He cannot be my disciple. Listen, if you want to lay with your rib on Friday, on Saturday, you want to stay in the house with her or what have you, you understand? Because you love that sister so much, you cannot be a disciple of Christ. You know what I mean? You love that little girl, that little boy, more than you love the king. You know what I mean? More than you love the Most High. You know what I mean? To the point when you getting them birthday gifts and you buying them, what is it? Christmas presents. You know what I mean? Because it's for the kids. It's for the kids. You know what I mean? What did it say? Brother or sister, what have you, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? If you're gonna put that before, the work of the Lord, you can't be a disciple of Christ, because all of those things are secondary to this work. You know what I mean? That's all secondary to the work, and that's of the King. And those cats that give them excuses, and the excuse is, I got kids, I got wives. You understand? You're not going to get the kingdom, and you will not be a disciple of Christ. You know what I mean? No matter what. Read on.
Verse 27, and whosoever doth not bear his cross
And,
and come after me,
and who does not bear his cross? What does it mean to bear the cross?
like to sacrifice,
No, I'm going to give it to you for time's sake, to carry your burden, to bear your cross, to carry the burden of being in this truth, of being hated by your family, of, being hated by your wife and your kids or what have you. If you're not willing to bear that cross, if you're not really willing to carry that burden, if you're not willing to go out there and do what's required of you by the Most High, which is to drop this truth and spread this truth everywhere unto all nations. You understand? That the Israelites are in, that don't know they Israelites. You know what I mean? If you're not willing to bear that cross, that burden, brother, you understand? You can't be a disciple of Christ. Go ahead.
and 28, for which of you intend to build a tower, sitteth not down first
Right. Like if you're gonna build a tower, like you got to think about it. Like, matter of fact, I'll let you read all them joints, and then I'm gonna ask you a question. Go ahead.
Concept. Whether he has sufficient to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
20, 29.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Concept. Least haply after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him.
Yeah, they gonna clown him, man. They gonna be like, man, this cat, he started trying to build some, and then he just left. He didn't finish it. You know what I mean? He did a half job. Go ahead.
Verse 30 saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish.
All right, they clowning him. Go ahead.
Number 31, or one king going to make war against another king sitteth down, sitteth not down first, and considereth whether he will be able to with
He
10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000.
Yeah, what king before he go to war is not going to consult and see if he's able to overthrow the army that's trying to come against him, that's in opposition to him, that's exceeding him in manpower by 10,000 men. If he's saying, dang, can I take these cats with 10,000 men, even though they have the 20,000? You know what I mean? What cat is not going to sit there and think about that? You know what I mean? It's a matter of life and death, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 32, or else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an embassage and desireth conditions of peace.
Right. Or else, if meaning what? If he's not able to overthrow them with the 20,000, you know what I mean? What he's going to do is he going to have an alternative. An embassage is an ambassador. You know what I'm saying? Which is like a messenger. So he going to send an ambassador. The ambassador going, while they fall off, he ain't going to wait till the enemy get up on the gate and then be like, yo, let me go send this ambassador while he done traveled all this way to come kill me, and go send him out there and be like, yo, we don't want no smoke. You know what I mean? You got that. Let's work out an alternative to the differences we have. You know what I mean? While the enemies fall off, that's when he going to send the ambassador. He going to send him over there on that horse. Go ahead. Boom. Full throttle. We don't want no smoke. Let's find another solution. All right? Go ahead.
33, so likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he has, he cannot be my disciple.
He cannot be if you don't forsake all that you have, you know what I mean? You can't be a disciple of Christ. You know what I mean? You're not a man of the Most High. Now, this is the thing too, right? Now, if you look at all them stories, those 3 stories that we just read about, right? What do they all have in common?
So like this, sir, pretty much got to like do this work, like but like with humbleness, you know what I mean?
Nope. Them 3 cats, the ones we talked about, the king that go to war. You know what I mean? He don't just go to war without consulting the cat that's building. You know what I mean? He don't finish the building. The other one, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What does all them stories have in common?
Like they all like counsel and like consider the situation before they take any type of action.
That's right. And why are they taking consideration before they take the action? What are they taking into consideration? If they can do what?
If they would be able to be successful.
You onto it, but bring it home though.
Maybe like if the Most High
No, you was right there in there.
with them on it,
You was swimming right up in there.
they all counsel with each other. So like this.
Nah, you too wild though. You too wild, but you was right in there when you said the successful part. That's why I'm like, just home. What's the like? What would make them unsuccessful?
By failure, by not
Hold on, no, you almost said it. You almost said it. By not what?
not finishing.
That's right. Damn right. Most time I gotta give you a hand clap. Please hold up. You understand? They did not by not finishing. And the reason why I pull that out is because, listen, likewise when you come up into this truth, you know what I mean? You have to understand that these are the circumstances that you're gonna have to forsake everything. You're gonna have to carry that burden, you understand? And there ain't gonna be no excuses. You know what I mean? And not only can you come in and endure for a short period of time, but when you come in to finish it, man. Don't come in to not, you know what I mean, to don't finish what you start. Finish what you started. You know what I mean? I have more respect for you if you don't come in here. You know what I mean? If you look at this and you say, dang, I don't want to do that. Because I know I'm going to do this. I know I had brothers tell me that before. You know what I mean? And I can respect them for it because they say, you know, I don't want to do that because I know you got to be, you know, with that 100 and I just can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not going to be able to do it. Y'all got mad rules and I just can't live like that. But you know what I'm saying? I respect it, you know what I mean? But I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? The cat that say that, I respect it more than the cat that come in and then when he come in for a little bit, then he turn his back and he just leave. You understand? Like that's you just wasted my time or whoever's time. Wasting everybody's time. Don't waste nobody's time. Let you know what I mean? If you gonna come in here and go full throttle, then go full throttle. You understand? Oh man. Damn. I might have to finish that next week. I got about 4 more Jones. But drop down, was that it? What verse was that?
That was Salakia. I think 33.
Oh, okay, then that's it.
We have 2 more.
No, that's it. That's why I wanted to stop. But no sweat. So with that, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna wrap the class up. So the gal, give me a call after this, after we sign out, all right? All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shah Rakathum, my brothers, Yahweh Shemal, Lathan Ba Shem, Yahweh Shah, my sisters. All right, preach shalom, Shem, Thug.